Hello, everyone. I am on the website for the Metropolitan Museum of the Arts. Now, you might be thinking to yourselves, Blazer, what are you doing there? Well, this website is incredibly useful as a way to get out of item description hell as an author. I find that I write myself into corners sometimes with item descriptions becoming necessary when I didn't plan on them being necessary. So, this website is one of the tools I use to get out of that happening. So, this is a list of departments, and on this list of departments, there are very many things: paintings, Egyptian art, costume. Like these are like ballroom dresses, ancient Islamic art, medieval art, right? Everything you can imagine. Well, let's say in my story, I am writing a story and the end of it is here, and two kings are having the final climactic battle, and oh crap, I need to write the armor description for one of the kings. We've never seen him in his full armor before. That's not good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Arms and Armor, which is the relevant exhibit to the one I am looking for. If you need to describe a dress, an amulet, a marble bust, some hieroglyphs, go to the relevant departments. Here's the About Us page for this department. But what we're interested in is what they have down here, right? Now, this is the Highlights tab, which is what the museum thinks their best pieces are, which might not necessarily include what you're looking for. In my case, a suit of armor. They're proud of their armors. They're going to display them here. But for the sake of showing you how to use this website, we're going to go to On View. We're going to scroll down till we see View All. And we're in this top field right here. We're going to type in armor. Now, make sure you type it in correctly. I had a skill issue earlier where I misspelled armor and there was nothing showing up. So, don't do that. Also, the list updates live, as you can see. So, just be mindful of that. Here's your tab. I leave relevance alone. Sometimes that messes with things. But I need a king's armor from medieval Europe, right? So that's armor from medieval Europe right here. I'm pointing at the screen like you can see it. This is armor from medieval Europe right here. But not a king's armor, not an emperor's armor, not the main character's armor, you know? Obviously the samurai armor, it's not going to work, not going to work. Ah, here we go. The armor of Emperor Ferdinand I. Now, I actually saw this armor in person. I love the suit of armor, so we're going to use it, and it fits perfectly for the situation I described. So we're going to use this as the example. We're going to click on it, click on the name of it, and then this page is where the magic happens, right? We have the name of the armor, what the Met calls the armor, who made it, in this case, Kunz Lukna. Now, his name right here, let's say this armor doesn't end up working out for what I want, but I like the style of it. I click his name, and it's a list, and it's a, now it's all of the armors attributed to him that the Met has, which is useful. But this armor will work for me. Now, here is the description. This is where you can go and see it if you're near New York and you decide to go to the Met. That's where you can see it. This is a description of it. The image of the Virgin Mary and Christ on the breastplate, which we can see in detail if we go right down here to this section and click to the detail of the breastplate tab, which is listed right here. This will always list the part or aspect of the piece you were looking at. Now, an important thing with the Met to look for is this little tab right here. A lot of the Met's works are public domain. As part of the Met's open access policy, you can freely copy, modify, and distribute this image, even for commercial purposes. Now, what I will say about this is you can use this. Just because you can use this image doesn't mean you should just drop it into your world, right? But that's a world building issue. That's not relevant to the website. But a lot of the Met's artifacts and images of said artifacts are public domain. So you have permission to do whatever you want with them. You can modify it to be what you want, for example. And then we have, we can click through the different zoomed in parts. This bit right here would be hell to describe if you weren't able to look at it, at least in my mind, to me. But you look through it, you can see this is how the elbows work on plate armor. And you can do this again for a lot of different things. There are some intricate jewelry pieces that they have itemized descriptions like this. Now, scrolling down, here we get the artwork's details, right? The medium, how high, how tall it is, how wide it is, how much it weighs. Here we have it's telling you there's a maker's mark on this one, which is how they know Kunz Lukna did it, and means Nuremberg. Provenance is chain of custody, the history of it being displayed in museums, and scholarly works that reference this artifact. Now, you can do this for any art, like almost any medium you can imagine. Dresses, suits, guns, swords, horse armor, right? Everything you can imagine. And not even just European things. You saw the samurai armor. They have the entire department's dedicated to Islamic art, East Asian art, whatever you can think of, the Met probably has. So that's been my tutorial on how to use the Metropolitan Museum of Art to help improve your writing. Thank you guys for tuning in, for humoring me, and have fun writing. Get back to it. You got this. See you guys later.